Bumpkin and you're listening to the Slieone Show! Hey, boss, you're not wrong! The sky is now for the rock and roll! Yes, they're rocking the soul! Hiding people with a home! But listen to the radio! The Sidebar Tavern show! So stop sucking cold! It's time for what you know! You know! You know! You know! The Slieone Show!
What's it up today? Oh yeah, those two guys that were down to run a punk rock show on a web radio somewhere in the US. It's kind of pathetic, man.
So stop sucking cold. It's time for what you know. You know. You know. You know. The Slieone Show.
This is the Slieone Show. How's everyone
Slieone
doing?
Show.
I'm well.
How you doing, Heather?
Good.
That was Ame Bumpkin. Ame Bumpkin is from Italy.
Ame Bumpkin. Bumpkin.
Welcome back. It's been a while. It's Friday the 13th. Yeah. Okay. Well, this whole episode is about Miss Callie. The Callies Calls episode. It's a benefit for a young lady.
How are you doing?
And she lives here in our local area in central Pennsylvania. Heather, why don't you give me a little bio on the situation
bit of the bio.
of what we're doing?
All right. Well, Callie Marie Swintowski is the little girl's name. And in October of 2009, Callie was just 4 years old, and she suffered 3 debilitating strokes due to viral encephalitis. These strokes left Callie blind and unable to speak. And on the Callie's Cause group on Facebook, it says she is such a fighter and continues to make progress every day with the help of daily therapy and the love and support of her parents, Eric and Heather. It says Callie is in need of a costly stem cell transplant that's not yet offered in the United States and a brain therapy program. Both of these treatments will aid in healing Callie's stroke areas and allow her to see and speak again. Callie's Cause does multiple fundraisers and is accepting donations to help with the cost of these programs, not only for Callie, but for other children and their families in similar situations.
Yeah, let's get this.
It says Callie's Cause wants to inform people of pediatric strokes and about diseases such as viral encephalitis that can cause strokes. It says please join in our fight for Callie and anyone whose lives have been affected by these debilitating conditions.
Let's kick this
Now, later on in the show, we're going to have an interview with Heather Swintowski, and that's Callie's mom. And Heather's working on getting it set up for online donations because right now they can only take like cash, check donations, like in person. But she's, so that you, the Podunk listeners, the Slieone Show fans, you can, if you choose to, you can donate to this really worthy cause to help out this little girl.
What's your favorite nation?
The Chinese nation? No.
American.
Donation.
All right, this is Slieone. I'm here with my wife, Heather. This is all about Callie. Callie's Calls. You need to check out Callie's Calls.
Calls.
On Facebook. This
Ladies
is
and
going to be a
gentlemen.
killer show. It's in Baltimore at the Sonar.
No.
The
Sidebar.
Sidebar. I'm an idiot.
Too many Baltimore
Too many
clubs.
bars, too many
Baltimore.
sides.
All right, so the show is Saturday, July 21st.
Absolutely.
It's 5 p.m. Eastern time, of
Ah,
course,
yeah.
because it's in fucking Maryland.
Maryland, bitches.
And the bands on the bill so far are...
Bands.
Opening is a band called Throwback.
All right, man.
We have the Firecrackers, our friends.
Baltimore, yeah.
Let's see, Final Transmission,
Final.
Stillborn,
Stillborn.
Trashkanistan,
Trashkanistan.
Mr.
Dead End
Snuffleupagus.
Lane,
Yeah, this guy's rocking, man.
Younger
Almost.
Years,
The younger.
Sonic Creeps,
Yeah.
You're the best.
Snallygasters,
Those are my sheets.
and our buddies Honky Kong.
Honky Kong, that boy is gorgeous. He gave me a hug at Johnny Joe's.
Gorgeous.
Still haven't washed. I still have the heathen's sweat and skank stunk all over me.
Baltimore.
This is Slieone. Let's go into a song. What should we go into? A band from Callie's Cause.
I think we should start with the Firecrackers.
The Firecrackers. Ricky MacArthur's band and the groupie group. The Firecrackers on the Slieone Show. Turn it up on Podunk Radio.
Podunk Radio. Turn it up.
I want the days when the hours will just fly by. I want the day when all the tears won't fill my eyes. I wanted you to
Slieone Show. We're back. The Firecrackers just played. We heard a song called Heart Smash. We're sitting here in the Dillsburg studio of Podunk Radio Land. This is the Slieone-based studio. I'm here with Heather. What's going on?
Well, the Firecrackers are from Baltimore, Maryland.
Nah.
I know, surprise, surprise. Their influences are the Ramones. The Ramones.
Mr. Snuffleupagus?
60s girl groups. The Beatnik Termites.
Oh, nah.
Go figure.
Not the Beatnik Termites.
And the Go-Go's.
And I bet you the Cockblock's gotta be on there. No?
No.
God darn it, you guys.
Broke your heart.
We're gonna try to keep this politically correct. God dang darn it.
Darn it.
Darn. We like you, Callie.
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door. Whippersnappers.
In the Firecrackers, we have Colleen on vocals.
Awesome. Colleen.
Ricky on guitar and harmony vocals.
All right.
Matt on bass.
Who the hell is Matt? Oops. Who the heck is Matt?
Jeez, Slieone, you are
I'm not good with this politically correct.
terrible. And we have Pat Termite on drums and harmony vocals.
All right, this is the Slieone Show. Should we go into another Firecracker song? You said they're based out of Baltimore, and I believe Ricky was the young gentleman who said, hey, man, we're doing this benefit for Callies. You were involved with the last Callies cause in Shippensburg. And I was like, yeah, dude. He goes, well, do you mind doing an episode with your show? Let's do it about Callies cause. Let's bring these people up to date and help this young lady. Ricky is in the band. What are they called?
The Firecrackers.
Woo! Let's play another one by the Firecrackers. What's the name of this tune?
Rock With Me.
Rock With Me. Let's turn up Rock With Me on the Slieone Show. Turn it up.
Now's the time to just unwind, leave the cobwebs of the world behind. Oh, oh, I've got mine, feels just fine, and I
This is Sly One. We are back, man. We just heard this band. This band, and they're called the Snallygasters. Hey, man, what are the Snallygasters from, Heather?
The Snallygasters are from Baltimore.
Charm City. Now, what the hell is this Charm City? And I just swore again. I apologize. I pulled myself up. I'm sorry.
Pull yourself up.
I pulled myself up. I used to be in this program where anytime you swore I had bad street behaviors, they try to correct you for the bad compulsive stuff. They made you pull yourself up. You have to stand straight up and go on your tippy toes and say, I pull myself up, and then come back down. So anyway, I pull myself up. Callie, we're talking about the Snallygasters right now, Callie, and this is a band based out of Baltimore. Heather.
It says that they are shtickless.
Shtickless.
Punk rock. No dead or dying band worship. No costumes. No accessories. Just killer tunes played with killer attitude. We're in, we're out, and you're left wondering what just hit you and what you did to deserve it.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
I'm a good witch. My name is Glinda.
I'm a good witch. Hey, this is the Callies Cause episode. Once again, Callies Cause is a benefit for a young lady based here in central Pennsylvania area. That's where we are.
That is correct.
Okay. And we're trying to help bring
Raise
people
awareness,
up to speed. Awareness.
And support for Callie and her cause. And this great benefit show that Ricky put together to support Callie.
Absolutely. Good job, Rick. Pat yourself on the back. Callie, we all are thinking of you. We're going to play another Snallygasters tune here.
And it is called Bells of Hell.
Bells of Hell. Sorry, we had to swear. It's the name of the song. This is the Sly One Show. What's everyone doing in the Podunk chat room? Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious? Do you have weird quirks that make you look over your shoulder? Do you have to turn the doorknob 3 times every time you go outside?
No, that's not superstitious. That's like obsessive compulsive.
Excessive compulsive.
Now,
Excessive compulsive.
Sly One and I, we were watching a show the other day. It's called School Spirits, and it's about like ghosts and stuff. And I asked Sly One, I said, do you believe in spirits? And
No.
he said, no.
You're an idiot.
Now, I do believe
She's
in
an
ghosts.
idiot.
I do
Idiot.
believe in spirits. I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot.
I didn't say stupid. I just said idiot.
I'm not like, oh, there's a ghost in here. But I believe in spirits. I think they exist.
You believe in wine and spirits.
You're funny. You're real funny.
Sometimes.
Straight comedian.
Anyway, do you believe in the ghosts and spirits? So you
I
feel
do.
this is a new home we live in, but let's say this was a 40 or 50-year-old home and a couple people have passed away in this home. Do you feel their spirits or presence is here? And every time you get buck stark naked or in the shower, they're
No,
like,
it's not like that. No, okay. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
Woo!
My grandparents, who are both dead now,
Okay.
rest in peace. Anyway, so they owned a farm. It was 121
right,
acres. We
old
used to go
farm.
camping out there. And when we would go camping, like really late
Late
at night
night.
around the fire, like you could just like, I don't know, you just felt something.
did
like,
you hear that?
It wasn't creepy.
Did you
It
hear
was like
that?
you could just feel something
Oh my
there.
God, did
like
you hear that? So, what you thought was a ghost was most likely a raccoon or possum.
no, it wasn't.
Wanting
like
your
that.
scraps of
It was like
food?
a feeling.
Wanted a marshmallow, wanted a s'more, or he wanted that girl, and she wasn't a s'more. What's the name of this song again? Hells.
Bells of Hell.
Bells of Hell by our new friend.
And Sly One is a jerk.
Snalllygaster. I am not a jerk. I am awesome, and I pull myself up. This is Callie's Calls. This is Snallygasters. Hells of Bells. Turn it up on Podunk Radio. Bells of Hell or Hells of Bells.
Bomb last night, bomb the night before. Gonna get bombed tonight some more. Harder with the lads in this man-made hell. Thinking of a time when life was well. Worn
One Show, and I am Justin, and I am
Heather.
a drug addict and alcoholic, and I pulled myself up.
I thought you were keeping this PC.
That is
for Callie.
PC. I am in full recovery, and I'm shooting a straight and narrow line. I'm doing good. We're all shooting because we're the best around. La, 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 la. You're the
Seriously
best
wrong with you.
around. Mr. Miyagi. Daniel-san. Okay, we just heard the Snallygasters, and the name of that tune was Bells
of Hell.
Anyway, the Snallygasters look to be punk rock band with Mikey, Dave, Roger, and Kevin out of Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're going into a local band here from my neck of the woods. Up in Hills Have Eyes country. Ran away, ran away.
The Chinnick Compound.
Yeah, with Bob Chinnick up there munching on someone's arm. Yum, yum. Run away. Okay, they call him the Bob.
Melodic power pop.
Punk. All right, this is Rutabaga Suicide. We're talking about Bill, who's lead guitar. We're talking about Matt, and we're talking to Bob, and we're talking Mike. Their hometown was Gettysburg, but they're based Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I would say Alley Core Records.
Their influences are everything we've ever heard.
Hell yeah, these guys, I call them beer, rock, and roll, man. These are my buddies, Rutabaga Suicide. What band, what song, what are we playing, Heather Ann?
First, we're going to play the Sleep Song.
Sleep Song.
And then we're going to hear Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher. Once again, this is Rutabaga Suicide. Beer, metal, rock, punk. Turn it up. Rutabaga's getting filthy on the Slieone Show. That was Rutabaga Suicide. That's Bill, Matt, Bob, and Michael. Okay, now they're based here in Carlisle, from Gettysburg to Carlisle, and I believe they have a show tonight, Friday the 13th. Man, safe travels. I know you guys are drinking. Hopefully you have a designated driver. Hopefully it's the Bob. Ha 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 ha. All right, the Bob was I remember when we took the queers back to the airport after the Weasel show. Dave and Joe. So was Bob drinking? I was like, no, I believe he even got a stamp so they wouldn't serve him. And Bob, gosh dang darn it, tootin', didn't drink that whole night. Good man, Bob. Hopefully your show goes well tonight. Okay, normally on the Sly Ones episode,
We normally have a bit called Sex with the Sly Ones.
But we don't know if young Callie is listening and their family. We're trying to keep this politically correct because we are trying to bring this to the public eye and ear.
Correct. So, instead of Sex with the Sly Ones this week, Sly and I are going to talk about childhood TV shows.
Yeah,
and
what
what
was
kind of
your-
TV we watched when we were kids.
Like from, I'm talking young, like the first television you remember, like, or even when you ran off the bus, I gotta go watch G.I. Joe, mommy.
See, I don't know. Like, my mom, after my parents split up, I don't really have a whole lot of memories, like, prior to my parents splitting up, because I was, like,
You were young,
7 when it
right.
happened. I don't know.
And I was like 25 on that.
But, my mom would pick me up from school, like, every day and take me to my grandparents' house, because that's where she lived after they split up.
Really, they didn't put you in your burlap bag and throw you off the river?
Shut up.
Oh,
You're a jerk.
that was just my family?
Why are you being mean? Anyway, so
Wow.
my grandparents were like, they weren't poor by any means, but they,
Listen to this AM radio.
no, like my grandpa didn't like to spend money. That's why he had money, because he didn't like to spend it.
Where's all the gosh darn money?
Anyway, so they only had like the local channels. Like they didn't pay for
PBS.
like cable or
Well, hun,
no, but
that
back,
was living when I was a kid. I had to like rig up
okay.
foil
you like
to get
rode
Channel
a
4.
dinosaur to school though. Okay.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. His name was T-Rex.
Okay, like cable existed when I was a kid.
Did
right?
it? Did it? Yeah. Did you have like the descrambler of the porn?
No, I don't know. What you're talking
Don't
about.
lie.
I
So
don't-
you go with your story.
No, because my grandparents only got like the 5 channels: ABC,
Yeah, we know what they all are.
CBS,
Everyone knows.
Fox. So basically, like I would have to watch like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, the news.
This is boring, isn't it?
I know,
Podunk Radio?
but every Friday night. This was back when like every Friday night.
Oh, was it like
Like
TGIF?
it was TGIF. So it was like
Did I do that?
it was like Home Improvement,
Did I do
Family
that?
Matters. What else was on TGIF?
Family Matters.
Home Improvement.
I remember. I don't.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch was on there. For
that was a
while.
classic. That's gonna
Okay,
be
Shut up. What? Okay. All the TV shows.
that
you're
SOB
talking about, I
is
don't even
set
know.
in stone. It's like one of the top 10 infamous TV shows ever made. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Gosh darn it, we all watched that, didn't we?
I'm done talking to you.
No,
'cause
she's
you're
not.
being a jerk.
So Tim the Toolman Taylor was a regular.
Yeah, I liked that show.
Really?
When I was a kid. No, I just thought that Jonathan Taylor Thomas was like really hot.
Which one was that?
That was the middle child. What was his
That
name?
they tried to like push into movies and do all this stuff, but it didn't go nowhere. Him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from Pennsylvania, you know.
I didn't know.
That's
I know Christina Aguilera is. Taylor Swift is also from Pennsylvania. Who else is from Pennsylvania?
Christina Aguilera from
Yes,
Pennsylvania?
from out near Pittsburgh.
That's cool. No, but Jonathan Taylor Thomas, he is from Pennsylvania. He's from Bethlehem.
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Yes. Also, when I first met this young lady, she's like, "Come to my bedroom." So we go down there, and there's these posters of Justin freaking Timberlake.
Because I
Oh my God.
okay, to this day, I love Justin Timberlake.
Yeah,
he
but-
is like,
Come on.
he's like, you know how like
Come on.
every couple is supposed to have
Come
like,
on.
there's one celebrity that you would,
Yeah.
that you would let your like husband
Okay.
or wife like.
No, but you know, you're like, okay, I'm taking the new man in my life to my bedroom, and like,
And it wasn't like that. It wasn't like we were going down there so I could like get my jacket or put shoes on or something.
yes, I didn't insinuate it was like we were going down there
No, but
to
you're
throw
like-
some shoes on the floor.
Taking him to my bedroom.
Take it to my bedroom,
Uncle Frank, and Uncle Frank's like high-fiving me on the way down the steps. You go, dude, whatever your name is. And I'm like, yep. He's like, make sure you check out that JT poster. that there's gonna be worth some paper someday. I'm like, you god dang right it is. So anyway, I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of us as a unit. So
I
yeah.
don't hear any making fun of yourself so far.
Well,
so.
when I was a kid, I SU not. I used to listen to Hammer, Vanilla Ice, and Belle Biv DeVoe. Now, how old would I have had to been to listen to that? And I'm not lying to you. But I'm going to tell you, the only reason why I listened to that, it was more like a peer pressure thing, because I was a weirdo. I was like, let's listen to some freaking DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. Okay, what was the first tape you ever bought? Like, were there cassette tapes when you were a kid? No, there was. That's awesome. I'm not that old. What was the cassette tape you had to have?
The first cassette tape
Like,
Mom, Dad. The first cassette tape that I remember owning was the Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys, okay. And who's in that? That's Justin Timberlake?
No. NSYNC is Justin Timberlake.
Oh, my
Backstreet
bad.
Boys is Nick Carter.
No.
My bad.
Do you know 98 Degrees is coming back this summer?
Why are you being so hard on the beaver? Who said that?
That was Ward Cleaver.
That's right. He
Or
was
no,
good.
that was June Cleaver
One of
saying
them.
it to Ward.
Why are you being so gosh
Lord.
dang hard on the beaver,
Okay,
Cleaver?
but that show was not on TV
Yeah, it was.
anymore.
Yeah,
when I
it was.
was
Yeah,
a
it was
kid,
like
so.
reruns even for me. But I remember, like, my cartoon of interest was like DuckTales. Like, I wasn't really into G.I. Joe, but I checked it out. Transformers was kind of corny. But I really, for some reason, I like DuckTales, and I don't know why. And then they had this spin-off of DuckTales. I forget what it was called. It was like where the dude had the airplane.
Yeah, that was DuckTales.
Yeah, no. But they had like another one too.
Okay.
And I remember I used to.
Remember Doug?
No.
That's how the theme
Doug?
song went. Doug on Nickelodeon.
No, see, I didn't get Nickelodeon. We first got with satellite dish.
This
The
is
satellite
my
dish
other
was
favorite.
like one of these freaking things
I know
that were
somebody
bigger
used
than your
to-
house. And it was like.
And it was like move. I know somebody that used to.
Click, click, click.
They turned an old satellite dish into a sled and they sled down a hill
Oh,
on it.
yeah.
Oh my god. No, but the fishing game hill in Newville. Oh my god. You know how big that hill is?
No, I don't.
Oh my god. It's freaking humongous.
I missed it.
Don't know where that hill is.
But anyway, this satellite dish was groovy, dude. We had like 8 billion channels from every country you ever wanted to know. And like old Scrooge McDuck, no matter what freaking language you want, he could dive into his money vault. Yahoo! This is the Slieone
Hold
Show.
on. You have to hear this theme song.
We're going to hear a Doug theme song. This was Nickelodeon. I used to watch the Disney Channel when we first got the satellite dish. Like Mickey Mouse. Donald Duck. This is Doug, guys. Does anyone know what this is? I remember that. Doug looks familiar.
That's Patty Mayonnaise.
Patty Mayonnaise. This is the Slieone Show. What song we going into and what band?
We're going into Final Transmission, and I haven't decided the song yet.
Here I come to save the day.
Final Transmission, and
This is the Callies Calls episode, the Slieone Show. We're having a house party. Final Transmission coming into the house. What are we playing, Heather? Don't make me hit you.
A Reason.
A Reason. This is Final Transmission. A Reason. Turn up my pals. Final T on the Slieone Show. We love you, Callie. Turn it up. PodUpRadio.com. Hey, Slieone here, man. We heard 2 by Final Transmission. And what are the name of those songs there again, Heather Ann?
The first one was called A Reason, and the second one was called Don't Know Why.
Don't do it!
Stop!
Don't do it!
Stop!
Don't do it!
Stop it!
Bitch your name. Oh, beep! My bad. I pulled myself up.
You could have pulled yourself up a lot.
I was being a bad boy. Anyway, this episode is for Callies Calls. Let's do another
love you,
buy-along.
Callie.
Let's do another thing about Callie. Hopefully, we're going to have a link where people, the public, the world over, can donate. Man, we're talking, you can donate 50 cents, $1, $5, anything you want to do.
Will
Yeah.
be greatly
Yes,
appreciated. I mean, her parents
Send your thoughts and
appreciative
prayers.
to everyone who helps in any way that they can.
I will put a link up here to, it's like a group where people can come and see the updates about progress and everything. We can do that if Heather, Callie's mom, does want more people to know. Like, sometimes you get some weirdos, sometimes you don't. You can block them, delete them. That's all on them, but I will ask, and I believe we're going to have an interview with Heather, and we're going to do that, and that will be up in a couple minutes, I believe. So stay tuned. We're going to talk to Callie's mom. She sounds like a great lady.
And her name is Heather, so of course
Heather
she's
and Heather.
awesome.
We're going to have like Heather number 1, Heather number 2, Heather Awesome, and Heather Awesomist. Ha!
Am I Heather Awesomist?
No, you're just Heather. Flush it. It's a floater. It's a floater. Someone get the plunger. Anyway, Final Transmission. Where are they based out of?
Take a guess.
Let's see. California.
Charm City.
Charm City.
Baltimore.
Okay. And that's Charm City is a Baltimore. And give me a little info on these sons of guns.
The genre that they put themselves in is Celtic folk punk.
Yeah, man.
The members are Johnny Mathis, Matt Dreer, Michael Roach, and Sean Watson.
Yes, sir.
Johnny, Matt, Mike, and Sean.
Michael.
Let's
Mike and
see.
Morning.
It says, established in 2010, fueled by the workers' fight to survive in this broken down world, Final Transmission bring the struggle and the fight for our lives through the sounds and inspirations of Celtic, folk, and punk rock.
And this is the Callie's Calls episode on the Slieone Show. This is Friday the 13th. This may re-air the 20th, the day before the show at the Sidebar, which is July 21st.
July 21st, 5 p.m. at the Sidebar.
And how much does it cost to get in?
I
believe it's $5. I think it's $5. Anyway, it's cheap. Get there. It's for a good cause. It's for our new bestest pal, Callie. She's the littlest, cutest little thing.
She is cute.
Yes, she's adorable. And I hope everything goes her way, and hopefully I'll get to meet this young lady one day, and we'll have her on the show, and we will have some good times. We'll have you live on the radio. This is the Slieone Show. We'll be back. What's the next band we got going on?
We're playing Stillborn with
Stillborn.
Booze Jam, and then Teenagers from Mars.
Okay, stay tuned. This is the Slieone Show. This band is Stillborn. Up after Stillborn, we're going to have Heather, Callie's mama, on the phone, on the Slieone Show. This is Heather and Justin, PodUnkRadio.com.
Woo!
Yeah, we want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This is the song about drinking. Bottoms up, boys and girls. This one's called Booze Jam. Yeah, there will be time we got out on a shoot. Don't care about the job, don't care about the loot. Mr. Barkeep, keep the beer in my glass. They think about your girl, but I'm staring at her ass.
Slieone Show. We're back, man. That is Stillborn of Baltimore. It looks like there's two bands out there. This one is of Baltimore. Stillborn is a straight-ahead rock and roll band from Baltimore with severe old-school punk rock influences. They are punk rock. They joined Facebook. This is a real no-need-to-know information, but I already said it, so it's 8/27/2009. That's when they joined Facebook. Yay! Oh, that's Davey, Drew, Brian, and Clay, Baltimore base, Snot Merchant Records. Their general manager is Drew. Let's check out Stillborn. This is another song by these guys. This is the first time I heard them, and they sound terrific, man. And this is called
Teenagers from Mars.
Teenagers from Mars. All right, Stillborn, man, keep up the great work, man. Keep rocking. This is for Callie. Callie's called Stillborn on the Slieone Show.
We land in barren fields on the Arizona plains. The insemination of little girls in the middle of wet dreams. We are the angel mutants. The streets for us seduction. Our cause are just an ancient. In this beat built for an invasion. Teenagers from Mars, and we don't care. Teenagers from Mars, and we don't care. Teenagers from Mars, and we don't care. We see you in 3D moving. If my God made abduction, we blast your body structure. Inferior connection. We take your weak resistance. We throw it in your face. We need no introduction for mass annihilation. Teenagers from Mars, and we don't care. Teenagers from Mars, and we don't care. Teenagers from Mars, and we don't care. We need no introduction. It'll be the accomplished. If you want reproduction, well, it's out of what we want. We want, we need, we take it. 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 Teenagers from Mars, and we don't care. 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 And we don't care. We don't care. And we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. And we don't care. And we don't care.
This is Slieone, PodUnkRadio.com. Hello, Podunk Radio chat room. Slieone Show, PRPRadio.wordpress.com. We have Heather. Heather on the phone. This is Callie's mother, Callie's Cause. Okay, this is the Callie's Cause episode of the Slieone Show. Heather, are you there?
I am. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello. And how are you again today? Are you doing well?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yourself?
Oh, we're doing okay, you know, dodging the heat.
Yeah. I think we all have to do that. The AC is wonderful this time of year, for sure.
Okay, initially, let's tell our listeners, can you give us basically what happened to your precious child? What made this come about?
Well, in October of 2009, Callie had what we thought she had was the flu. She was very sick, just like flu symptoms. She was achy, she was tired, she wouldn't eat, she was throwing up, had a fever. And we took her to the doctor because she was getting very lethargic and what I thought was dehydrated. And, of course, they sent me home telling me it was a virus, which was fine. I came home, treated as a virus. She then got worse, and this started on a Friday, and by the time I realized something was very wrong, it was Monday evening. And this was after I took her to the doctor on Sunday. By Monday evening, I had to call them and asked if I should take her to the emergency room, and they told me I shouldn't at that point because they still thought she was just suffering from the flu and that she was dehydrated.
That's awful.
Long story short, we end up Tuesday morning, she was sleeping with me at the time because I wouldn't let her sleep by herself. She was so sick, and I woke up to her. Her hand was cupped, and she couldn't talk to me. And so I immediately scooped her up and threw her in the car and drove straight to the doctor's office with them on the phone. And when I got there, they sent me straight to the hospital thinking she was dehydrated. But she had a CAT scan, and the CAT scan showed that she had so much swelling on her brain that it shifted 7 millimeters to the left, which is death in most people, especially children. Like, she should have been not doing very well at that point.
That's horrible.
But she was doing fine. I mean, when I say fine, she was still able to communicate with us and things like that. Well, this was at Harrisburg Hospital. Harrisburg called Lifeline. And we were up on the roof with her, and she flew away, and we had to immediately go to Hershey Children's Hospital. And 5 hours after we were there, we got to see Callie, and she was completely intubated.
That's awful.
And we were told that Callie had had a stroke.
Oh, wow.
And that began what is the nightmare. What had happened was they said she contracted viral encephalitis.
Okay.
They don't know what she contracted it from. My husband and I truly believe that she got it from the flu shot that she had had 10 days prior to this, or 13 days prior to this, she had a flu shot.
Wow.
And we believe that that's what caused it.
Okay, that was going to be like one of my questions. Like, any idea how or where it came about, how she got this, and that's.
Yeah, the doctors really. I mean, of course, they're not going to tell you the flu shot could do this, but we had so many other health professionals that I can't mention because I wouldn't want to get anybody in trouble. Obviously,
right.
But there were other people within our realm there that were saying, we think you have a solid thought there. And so we researched it more and looked really into it. We also found out through a place that we take Callie that our kids, because Eric and I carry a gene together, our kids are more susceptible to viruses. So even a shot can give them a virus.
Right.
And that's what we believe happened with Callie. And she contracted viral encephalitis from that. She spent 17 days in the NICU in a room secluded because nobody knew. Like, they had to wear gloves and masks because at first they really didn't know if it was airborne. So that's where she stayed for 17 days. And after we were there for 5 days, she ended up having 2 more strokes. They didn't get the swelling off her brain quick enough. So the first stroke we were told she would recover fully from. The second stroke almost killed her. I mean, it literally, I'm not sure doctors. But they left her critically blind. So she has her eyes work fine. Her brain does not interpret what she looks at.
Oh. Okay.
So technically, in her state, she's blind. But there's you know what I mean? Like, it's not that she doesn't have her eyes working. It's the brain is not interpreting the picture she gets.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. So we ended up spending a total of 8 weeks in the hospital, though. Between the NICU and rehab, she did 4 weeks of rehab, and then she came home. And it's been a different world. In a matter of 4 days, we lost everything we knew about Callie.
That's just one of the saddest stories I've ever heard, and I'm truly sorry I just made you relive it there.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard. It's very hard to talk about, Justin. I get teared up every time I do, but she has come so far, even in the 3 years. It's a very, very slow process. But Callie, when we brought her home, we had to carry her everywhere. She couldn't even lift her head off the pillow.
Okay.
So now, and she had to learn how to walk again. She didn't even have any idea how to walk. In April of 2010, she took her first steps again. Started off like a fawn, wobbly legs and just like a baby, letting go of the couch and going. And we went from 1 to 2 steps, to 3 to 6 to 10. Now we can't stop her.
Well, that's great, though, and that is progress right there. That's
that
wonderful.
is progress. Definitely progress. So she is coming along. I mean, she's starting to say more words and do more things and try to show us things. Like we're getting her to do her own sign language where we know what she's talking about when she does it. And so that's really cool too, because she's nonverbal. She doesn't really talk a lot. There's no sentences. It's all mom or dad or
I was going to ask you.
To say is words.
I was going to ask you, is she a mommy's girl or a daddy's girl?
Oh, I don't know. It depends on Callie's mood. She loves her daddy when he comes home from work, though. It's one of the best things to see her, which was another very cool moment when she got voice recognition and was able to trust who we were again. She'll come from wherever she is to find her dad when he gets home from work. And it's just every day I just wait for that. We stand there and we wait for Callie to come find Daddy. So that's a really cool thing.
Awesome. Okay, that is just wonderful. I remember, I used to work at Walmart. I was a store manager, and my daughter was just learning how to walk, and it would just make me smile, and my heart, just pump extra beats and blood when my daughter would sit there away from me, knowing somehow the time and when I was going to be home. It's just...
Yeah, it's a very cool thing how they have that internal clock. And for Callie, it's definitely cool because it just shows that the processing is coming back slowly. She lost so much. She has damage in 3 separate parts of her brain. And so there's a lot of rebuilding that needs to be done. And it's, for being the most awesome thing in your body, the brain is the hardest and most complex thing to heal. So, in order for Callie to gain anything back, you have to do repetition constantly, just like a baby. But it can't go to the same parts of the brain that it was in because those parts are dead now. So now it has to create new pathways. It has to work twice as hard to find a new place to put that information. But luckily our brains are that awesome, it can be trained to do that. It just takes a very, very long time, and it can be very frustrating.
That's just amazing. I mean, for as young as Callie is, she must be one strong, willing young lady. I mean, she has to know, that something happened, and she's here to fight, and she's here to stay. And Callie's still with us. And we're talking to Heather, Callie's mother. I want to touch base about Callie's cause. Like, when did you guys first, or maybe it wasn't even you, I don't know, you're going to give me the background. Callie's cause, the idea of the name, who came up with the idea, and how did this root and grow to what it is today?
It was actually my sister-in-law and her daughters that did this for us, that came up with Callie's cause. We had a party here for a birthday, I believe it was, and Michelle was very excited, my sister-in-law Michelle, she was very excited to come and show us something that she had made for Callie, and her and Sarah and Sophie, our nieces, and they showed up and they had, and I'm going to have some of these at the concert too, they had these bracelets that were Callie Cause bracelets, and they were beads that had spelled out Callie with a heart in the middle, and then Cause on the other side of that heart, and she had, the beads were white, and then there were round beads, and the round beads, and the round and gray beads. The gray beads were encephalitis, and the red beads were pediatric stroke. That's what the colors for those things are.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and it was really cool. She had three red beads on each segment to signify the strokes, how many strokes Callie had had, and then the encephalitis for that. And they were so cute, and she was so excited. And my niece was 10 when she did this, and my niece came up with that idea.
That's right.
Well, Michelle had come up with the idea to do a basket bingo, and they came up with a logo for Callie's cause to start the foundation at that point.
That's awesome. Now,
Sophie, my niece Sophie, drew the logo, and it's this really cute little stick-figure girl with ponytails. It was just like Callie to her. It was really cute. I actually kept that logo, and that's how Callie's cause got started. So it was was really cool. It was really a family heartfelt thing for them, and they made cards to sell, and that bingo brought in $10,000
Wow.
into our fund for her.
That's
and
great.
how amazing!
That is amazing. Yes.
It was just wonderful. It was just absolutely wonderful, and we were able to put that money to good use and get her a therapy that is very expensive in Philadelphia, a clinic we take her to, and do some other things with that money that she needed. And at that time, it was so desperately needed. It was just a godsend. So it was a wonderful day.
That is amazing. We are talking to Heather. We're doing an episode about Callie's cause. You guys here are listening here on Podunk Radio. Just swing over to the chat room. I'll start talking with this. Why don't you read the bio on the right? We are talking to Heather, Callie's cause. Now, when you mention the stick figure and the picture that was the niece, am I saying, is that right?
My niece Sophie,
Okay. Yep, Sophie drew. Now, my old bandmate, his name is Mike. We call him Booth Man. He was the tattooist that the Callies calls in the Valley who was tattooing that on people. So,
Yep, I have that on my leg.
there you go. Yep, that's great. I've seen a couple, I think there was about 3 or 4 of you in a row that was getting a tattoo, and I was like, wow, good to go.
Most of our family got that tattoo that day. That was even, I think, more humbling for Eric and I than we ever expected it to be. I mean, it's a tattoo. How could that be humbling? But when you see people putting ink on their skin for your daughter,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's kind of a pretty amazing feeling.
And then your niece, she drew it. It probably really puts a smile on her face.
Oh, my nieces have been so supportive of Callie. They just love her to death. And Sophie and Callie were pretty close growing up. They're only a year apart, so this kind of hit Sophie differently too, and I think again it's a family thing, and it's been hard not only on our immediate family obviously, and so for her to be able to help Callie like that, I mean if you would have saw her smile at that bingo, it was priceless.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, this is Podunk Radio. Justin Slieone, the Slieone Show. I'm here with my wife, Heather, and I'm here with Callie's mom, Heather. All right, we're going to go into 2 songs. The name of the band is called Dead End Lane. Let's turn up Natural Born Sinners on the Slieone Show. We'll be right back.
Don't need your bullshit. Tell me who I fucking am. Got a man alive. Big bargain, bigger bite. To ride to hell with me. Got what I was dying for. A man who was killed by my side. I don't need a fucking ray to prove to me what's mine. Empty bastards with one strong dinners, one colorless charade. Rather be like Mickey and Mallory. Mickey and Mallory. Mickey and Mallory. Got to wanna take the wheel down a highway 666. Someone who knows the demons all in prison in my head. They kill the nonsense that's around us, say the cowards that won't follow us to the grave. Just like Mickey and Mallory. Mickey and Mallory. Mickey and Mallory. Never enough unless it's signed with blood. Unless it's signed with blood.
together. Okay. Everyone.
This is the Sly One Show! Galesburg, Pennsylvania's #1 radio podcast. Hey, it's Dead End Lane. This is Sly One. How's everyone doing in the Podunk radio chat room? We're currently on the phone with Heather. On the phone with Heather. On the phone with
Who?
Heather.
Heather.
On the phone with Heather.
Heather.
Callies' mother.
Callies,
Oh, we heard Dead
girls.
End Lane. They're a punk
Callies,
band.
girls.
They're based out of Baltimore, Maryland, ladies and gentlemen.
Baltimore.
What is that show at
What
the
is that
Sidebar
show
that everyone's
that-
talking about?
That is on Saturday,
Saturday?
July 21st at 5 p.m.
Wait. So, why is everyone talking about it?
Why?
Because it's for Callie.
Callie's Cause.
Callie's
so
Cause?
it's Saturday when?
Callie?
July
Cause?
21st.
Oh, 21st.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. Bitches. Be there. This is for
stupid.
Callie's Cause. We're on the phone with Heather. We're on the phone with Heather.
You swore.
I swore. I pulled myself
Telling
out.
Mom.
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, Dead End Lane. They're
Dead
a
End
punk
Lane.
band. We got Aaron, Matt, and Joe, and some guy named the blah 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 blah. Get an
Mr.
English
Miyagi.
saying name, dude. My illiterate donkey. Mutt mouth can't speak that language, man. Baltimore and Maryland, their influences are the Misfits, Danzig, Mother, the Ramones. Hey, there's a good one, dude. And L7. All right, Baltimore, Maryland, man. Let's see you Saturday. What is it?
July 21st.
Oh my goodness!
What time is it?
5.
Five.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna play another one by the Dead End Lane. What's the name
Dead
of the
End
song
Lane.
we're about to play?
Sheila.
All right, turn it up on the
Sheila.
Sly One Show.
Sheila. Turn it up.
Sly One, and we're back. We're on the phone with Heather, Callie's mom, and I believe my wife, Heather. Do you have a question for the young lady?
I do. Was it hard, after the doctors told you not to take her to the hospital and they told you it was just the flu? Were you angry? How did you handle that?
Yeah, I was angry, but I was more angry at myself. We as moms have killer instincts, and my instinct was to take her to the hospital, but I wanted to call and make sure that, they would clear the way and that it would be okay, that maybe they would call them and let them know. And so I was more mad at myself because I, as her mom, was standing there looking at her knowing that I should have taken her, and I didn't. So, that's never going to happen again.
Was it
my way or no way now. They don't get much of a choice with me. I pretty much run the roost when it comes to all my kids. None of them get shots anymore because of how they are prone to viruses. They can't get shots.
My sister-in-law is like that. She does not allow her children to get immunization shots and nothing. And I always thought it was weird. Like, why would you do that? But now I kind of understand.
Because that's putting the disease into your body and like.
Ugh.
If you could see what a shot, just a regular flu shot, does to an adult's brain when it's injected into your skin, it lights your brain on fire.
Wow.
And can you imagine what it does to a child?
Yeah, that's...
Well,
Like, it just, and our thing is, at this point, we feel there's more risk giving our children these shots than there is them getting those diseases.
yeah, especially with a child's brain, it's like, it's developing. It's like a fruit trying to ripen, and then you're putting poison into it. That's horrible.
Yep. Yep. And that's why, none of our kids, it really has been truly life-changing in a couple directions like that.
Okay, the next question is, what's in store for young Callie? I mean, like, what are your future plans? We can even talk about your future plans next week or a year down the line.
Our future plans are that Callie recovers 100% from this, and we don't give up until that happens. If we die before that, so be it. But that's our goal, and there's a lot of work to be done with that. So she does a lot of therapies. We have taken her one time to a clinic in Philadelphia called the Family Hope Center.
Okay.
They're not an alternative medicine, so to speak, place, but they are therapists who put programs together for children to retrain your brain.
Oh, okay.
And it's not covered by insurance. It's something that you pay out of pocket. It is not cheap to do it. We were able to take her there and had an amazing plan built for her. That was supposed to be a major part of our future, and it will be. Unfortunately, when we got the program, Callie had been suffering from seizures, and because when you have a brain injury, you are very likely to develop seizures. And we were having problems just keeping Callie awake for 2 hours at a time because the seizures were just wiping her out.
Oh.
So unfortunately, we are just now getting that taken care of. We going on to something here real quick. When we had an EEG done on her in March to see where these seizures were coming from, because there is no medicine. Callie has been on probably 20 different types of medicines to try to stop these.
That's horrible.
And nothing worked. And of course, every medicine has a different side effect, and every medicine you put them on, you have to wean them off of and wean them onto. So it has been 2 years of just craziness with this.
Trying to find the right meds.
Basically, when that all happened, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't do therapies and stuff. So that is something that we really want to hands down get into, because there is a chance we can get every piece of her vision back, that we can retrain her brain to understand what's going on with vision.
Oh, okay.
And so to us, that's key to really everything. Can you imagine not being able to see and try to talk?
No, I can't. These are some of the questions, like, I'm going to ask you, and these are probably real quick. You can answer now. Callie can see, but it's kind of like it's hard for her to. She's not understanding what she's saying. It could be that's an apple, but she doesn't understand that's an apple.
Right.
Or
Callie is what they call cortically blind. So her eyes work perfectly, but her brain does not interpret the things that she's seeing.
Right.
And what tends to happen when your brain doesn't interpret it, your eyes still see it, but your eyes kind of start to shut down because your brain's not interpreting it.
Because
so they get
total confusion.
Like your veins your optic nerve kind of shuts down. So in order to retrain that, you have to shine light into her eyes to make sure that optic nerve stays alive. You want that optic nerve to keep going so that when her brain starts to interpret things, her eyes are working properly. Because she basically could go totally blind because her optic nerve could fail.
Okay.
So, we've taken her to the ophthalmologist, a pediatric neurological ophthalmologist in Hershey, and we were told she'd never see again. And I looked at him and said, I'll be back when she sees, and you won't see me until then. And I'm going to keep my promise to him.
That's great.
That's a big goal for us, is to do this therapy so that Callie can get better. Callie actually just had to have a surgery because the brain injury sent her pituitary gland into overdrive. So Callie went into precocious puberty.
Yeah, we were reading about that, yeah.
Well, that was what now we think could have been the EEG. I went off the EEG track somehow. I apologize for that.
That's all right.
To say that we had an EEG done in March for these seizures she was having, and it came back that she was not having seizures, and they didn't know what these were coming from. They didn't know how to stop them, and they didn't know what they were coming from. And we were like, I mean, not to get too far into detail with it, but I started laughing at the doctor, and he looked at me me like I was crazy. And I just sitting on the end of Callie's bed in the hospital, I'm laughing. And he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "This is just typical doctor response from anything with Callie, because nothing Callie has done has been something that should have been done." And so I was just sitting there going, okay, this is just another test of something, so we just need to make it through. But we think now that it could be the puberty that was causing these episodes.
Wow. And how
we haven't seen an episode in a week and a half. She had the surgery 2 weeks ago.
That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah, so, I'm praying to God that that's what we're seeing, and that's the answer, and that at some point here we can get her off these meds that she's on for these episodes that don't help. So, there's so much to it with the medicines and the seizures that caused a lot of issues with trying to forego any type of therapies with her. So we just truck along, and now that we think we found the answer to that, it may hold. We've seen a huge change in her in a week and a half. We take her to feed clinic every Thursday because she literally stopped eating anything but chicken nuggets, cheese crackers, typical kid food.
That's what I eat.
But no fruits, no vegetables, and she wouldn't even try other things. Like, she has a set 10 foods that she will eat.
Okay.
In the past week, Callie has eaten 3 new foods alone. Okay. And I'm not just talking one time, several times.
Well, that's great.
Huge.
I mean, does she enjoy them, or is it something like, Callie, you have to eat this? Or is it like she wants to?
No, you can't force Callie to do anything. Callie is not a forcible child, and we don't force her. We will force her to do therapies and things, but we don't force feed her foods because we don't want her to choke,
right.
And B, we don't want her to get turned. We don't want her to not trust us. We had an issue where she didn't trust us, and nobody could feed her. So we don't want to go through that. We want her to have the utmost trust in what we're doing, and if she says no, then we're done. That's just the way it goes. But we've made a lot of progress through Feed Clinic in York, and trying to get her to try new things. But this past week, I haven't even had to really coax her. I've just said, "Callie, there's a banana. Why don't you try a piece?" And she laughed at me. Yeah. And she put it in her mouth, and she spit it back out. And I'm like, "Callie, come on, it's not that bad. Try another piece." And I'm coaxing her, and she picks it up, and she starts laughing at it. And she puts it in her mouth, and she ate a whole banana. I didn't have to say another word. I walked away. So it was one of those, I grabbed my phone and started taking pictures just so everybody could see that Callie had a banana. It was a very good moment.
That is great. I bet you that made you smile. That was probably a wonderful moment. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And there's been a few of those. She has called for her daddy more this week than she has in 3 years. All you hear out of her is dad, dad, dad. Dad, dad, dad. Mommy's been chopped liver for some reason. I think she's missing her dad this week, but I've heard it a lot, and her teacher, I put it on Facebook today. I made a copy of it on my phone and sent it to Facebook. Her teacher sent me a note today. She goes to extended school year because she has multiple disabilities that if she doesn't go to school during the summer for a few days a week, she just started, it's a 5-week thing, and she'll go 2 days a week, because we don't want her to recede in what she's already learned.
Right.
So she goes to school, and her teacher sent me home a note that said that they were working on colors yesterday, and they swear they heard Callie say the color green.
Wow, there you go.
Which is huge. So, once we had this surgery, it just seemed like things just kind of started clicking to her again. It's almost like that pituitary gland was just causing a lot of havoc up there. So
I bet it was, though. I mean,
we're hoping.
Puberty caused lots of havoc for any child, but wow.
Oh, I know. I just can't imagine. It makes me really upset to think that she just didn't understand what was even going on in her own head. I think that's the hardest thing with this whole process with Callie has been trying not to look too much into wondering how much she remembers things and can't tell us, and how frustrated sometimes she gets when we don't understand something she wants and we're not doing what she wants us to do, and how frustrating that is. Like, I want to throw a pity party for myself every day, and then I look at her and I think, how can I even be upset with what I have and what I am, my daughter is struggling to even talk to me, you know.
Right.
That's very, very difficult for me and my husband to watch. But when she makes the progress and she makes that milestone and she finally tells us what she wants to tell us or does something and she's proud of it, those are the moments we realize that we're just reliving the first 4 years, that we just have to reach all those milestones again, and it's going to be harder because there's parts of her brain that don't work anymore. But we can get them, we can reroute that information and get it somewhere if we work really, really hard and do it, you know? And that's the hope. That's, at the end of the day, that's what Eric and I go to bed thinking, and that's what we wake up thinking the next day. And that's how we go through it. And that's how, you know, there is no doctor in the world that's going to help Callie. There's just nothing there. There's the things that we would like to do as far as therapies for her that could help her.
Like a speech therapy, or does it mean would speech therapy or anything like that, or is it just going to be like?
Yeah, she gets physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, and feed clinic, and that's what we do with her. Now, she hasn't had the 3 first ones that we talked of because she hasn't been in school, and that's where she gets those therapies.
Right.
But she just started back to school this week, and then I have wanted to take her to an outsourced therapy, but it's been difficult trying to get her there at this point with the feed clinic and the other things we have going on. So that I hope to start again very soon, taking her to a separate rehab for all those things on top of her going to school. But see, this therapy that we have for her that we got from Philadelphia covers all of that ground also. So she's going to be getting a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
And that's what she needs. You know, it's the only way to do this. But, and like I said, it's going to be hard. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's a very frustrating and difficult path to have to take, but I will take this over having lost her any day.
I agree with you. Now I'm going to ask a question here real quick. Now, like her normal routine, like you guys wake up, you get up and try maybe some new food for breakfast or do the normal routine. Now, her and her interaction with her siblings, her brothers and sisters, in her daily routine, I mean, does she get along with her brothers and sisters? I mean...
Oh, yeah, you know, a lot has changed for our family in 3 years, and our kids, you know, they've gone through it with us, and everybody has changed and modified their life, basically around Callie. And, you know, on top of Callie having issues, 5 months before Callie got sick, we found out that my oldest son, Connor, who was 8 at the time, had a very mild form of Tourette's. And we were having issues with that before Callie even got sick. So Connor was going through something of his own. My oldest son, who at the time, again, was only 8 years old, you know, going through his own thing. And then this happened, and in June of 2010, my youngest son, Cameron, had a seizure at the kitchen table, just out of the blue.
Wow.
And so we found out in a 6-month period of time that 3 of our kids have neurological issues. And so we had to have testing done to our home and our water, and we needed to get the dirt done and figure out if there was something in our home that was causing this. Now, we knew with Callie it probably wasn't. We already knew that.
Right.
But there, you know, we've come to find out, talking about the kids and what they're going through, and I'll go into how they are with Callie. I didn't want to get off track again. I'm sorry.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
with my husband went into the military when the Gulf War was going on, and there is now also evidence out there that all those shots that those men got for the war, even if they weren't going to war, when you went into the military at that point, you got all of those shots as if you were going to war. We've come to find out that there are other children who were born and started to have neurological issues from these men that went into the military service at that time. And it's being linked to all of those vaccinations.
That's nuts.
So when we found that out, now we have 3 children who have been somewhat devastated by immunizations. And so we have just been, you know, so now in a 6-month period, all of our kids have had 4 of our children. Our youngest daughter, Caitlin, has not shown any signs of anything, thank God, and we pray that that continues. But the 3, you know, Callie, Cameron, and Connor, they've had to make their own life-changing things on top of a total life change when it came to Callie. And I'll tell you what, I have the strongest kids in the world because Connor is the best big brother to all of his siblings, but Callie is that's his girl. And
There you go. No.
he does anything for that little girl, and she is as wrapped around his finger as she is ours. All of our kids just whatever Callie needs, and they're huge helps to me. If I need something for Callie, they go and get it if I can't. If Connor, I can grab a shower, and Connor, I know Callie's safe.
That's great, though.
There was a time I couldn't do that. I had to wait for my husband to be home to have any time to myself. So, big help, and they have adjusted very well to this life change. It's not always about them anymore, individually. And they know that Callie's needs come a lot before what they're doing, or we might have to stop something to help Callie with something, and they all very, very rarely get upset about that. So we are truly blessed in the fact that our kids have adjusted so well to not only their own issues, that they're both on medication. Cameron's on a medication to stop the seizures, and Connor's on medication to help with Tourette's. So, we went from no medicines to a pharmacy in 6 months, and I could tell you a lot about medicines if you ever have any questions.
That's great. Okay, we are on the phone with Heather. This is the Callies Calls episode of the Sly One Show. podunkradio.com, prpradio.wordpress.com. I'd like to thank you for allowing us to talk to you. Now, I have a question. Is there going to be an issue? I'm going to air this Friday. I'm going to air this the following Friday, the night before the event, the show. But then normally I put my shows on like YouTube or on my personal site for family or anyone who wants to come back and re-listen to, the music, the interviews, anytime they want from there forth on. Now, is that going to be an issue? Is it going to embarrass some of your children when they get older?
No, not at all. No, you go ahead and do that. That's awesome. No, I like that idea.
Okay, that's great. Now, we do have to get going because we do have a time limit, though, but we do have a couple minutes. Is there anything else you want to tell us about Callie? Anything the public should know? And how we should end this? Let's get this going.
Callie's come a long way, and we're so pleased with that, but we couldn't have done it without all the support of our friends, our family, perfect, wonderful strangers who brought meals to our homes and sent us cards with money and just embraced us totally in the past 3 years. And things like what you're doing, Justin, and your wife, Heather, Eric and I just don't even know how to repay people for that kind of stuff. And so we are just... And Ricky for calling me out of the blue to do this concert. I just can't fathom. I want to be that. I hope to be able to do that for people someday. I hope that Callie's Cause will someday be able to help other families. Because that's what it truly will be about at some point. When Callie is squared away and we get everything, we have some issues with our home that need to be taken care of for her safety and
Absolutely.
for her ability to get through them a little better. Once we're through this whole process and getting a little money in an account where we know she'll be taken care of, if something would happen to us, the hope is that other people will benefit from this, other families going through this that have to go to one income at a drop of a hat and not know what to do. That's what the hope for Callie's Cause is, and that's what someday this will be about. But right now, the fact that it's about our daughter and people are giving for our family and our daughter is just totally humbling, and we can't thank everybody enough for taking her in and embracing her and being part of our family now. And we love you all, and I really can't thank you enough for that.
Well, it is our pleasure, and we thank you for allowing us to bring your family into our lives and our Podunk Radio listeners. And are you going to be at the event at the, the Sidebar?
Yes.
At the Sidebar in Baltimore?
We will be there, my husband and I, and we supposedly have a lot of people coming from Newville.
All right.
We'll see how that works out, but yes, we will all be there. One thing, Jess, I just wanted to mention real quick. I know Ricky had taken a piece of Callie's Cause's Facebook page and put it on the site, which was fine. I told him to use whatever he needed.
Okay.
On the description of her site,
Can you write this down,
there
honey?
is a paragraph there about wanting to get stem cells for Callie and how important that is to our family and that it does cost a lot of money.
Okay.
That's what the goal was for the first few fundraisers, and we learned right before we were getting ready to take her to California, we had to get into Mexico to get this done.
Okay.
They don't do this in the U.S.
Oh,
So it was
okay.
Scary. Yeah, it was a pretty scary situation to begin with.
Yeah, that's kind of an iffy thing there, huh?
We ended up not going because the drug wars got so bad in Tijuana, which is where we were going to have the surgery for the stem cells. Because honestly, Justin, we think stem cells would be a huge benefit. If I had more time, I'd get into it, but they would hugely benefit Callie in every way, shape, and form. What the research we've done.
I'm all about the stem cell research. You don't have to even worry about saying anything.
Huge. We are hoping and praying that someday she will be able to have a stem cell transplant in the U.S. At this time, though, I didn't want anybody to be misled by that. We are not at this time doing stem cell therapy because it's not here and it's not safe. And the more we looked into it, we wasted $500 on a phone call to a doctor in California because we really planned on doing this. Right. But we couldn't. And so right now, I just wanted to clarify that if anybody saw that, at this time, stem cells is not in play because they're not here, but we are still researching a lot on how to get them done here and to try to be warriors for that, because that someday is a huge, one of the other big things we want to do with Callie is get her a transplant. So I just wanted to clarify that so everybody kind of didn't think that that's what this was about. At this point, it is about other things and other things Callie needs. So, and hopefully someday we'll be able to say, let's have a concert for the stem cells.
Well,
that would be wonderful.
well, what I'll do, I'll fix what I can on my end. Ricky will have to, if it's an issue, we can get into Ricky's event. He made it and fix that. And I don't even stress stuff like that. That's.
Yeah. I just wanted to clarify, and Ricky did nothing wrong. I mean, honestly, it was just it was a paragraph that is on Callie's Facebook page.
Yeah, we saw.
And on the Callie Cause Facebook page, and it's just a description of the event. And then it puts in there about that, and it's my call. I really need to go in and take it out at this point because it's not in place. So I will do that. But I just wanted to clarify that for the listeners that if they saw that, at this time we're not doing that, but we really hope that in the future she'll be able to have one.
Absolutely.
No matter how old you are, stem cells can always benefit you. So we're hoping that someday we can get those for her.
And one last thing I want to note, today we put up a donations link. Now you can find this donation link all over. I spammed the crap out of it. Now it's on my it's on my Podunk Radio page. It's on Punk Rock Promotion. It's on Justin Slieone's Facebook. It's on the Callies Cause group. You can go anywhere.
On my Facebook.
I believe you could probably just type in Callies Cause and you'll find the donation link pretty easily.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure about that, Justin. I am not a computer-savvy girl, but I did manage to get that done.
You did well, yeah.
I don't know how to get to it other than on the Facebook page, but I have it up on.
All right, we're going to say our goodbyes. We're going to stay on the line with me, though. I'd like to thank Heather for allowing us to talk to you. You've been great, very well spoken, and if there's anything I can ever do for you, please let me know. Maybe we can make this a yearly thing and really help Callie over the years.
Oh my gosh, Justin, that would be amazing. No, thank you and your wife and Ricky and all of the bands. I can't even, I hope I get to meet them all and hug them all because we are just totally humbled by this and I cannot wait for this concert. We are stoked. My husband and I are big punk fans. So
all right.
We're really happy that it's all punk.
I love you. You are my new best friend. Punk rock all the way.
I like punk a lot. So I'm hoping that, I'm not even hoping, I know it's going to be just a fantastic evening. We cannot wait. We are so stoked for it. So I just want to thank you guys, Ricky, the band, the bar, the Sidebar Tavern for doing this for us. You really just don't understand how priceless your time and love and support for our family is to us.
This is Slieone. We just wrapped up our interview with Heather, Callie's mother. Man, sounds like a great, strong-willed person.
very strong woman
Yeah.
to go through what she's gone through with her daughter.
Yeah, and got to cut some jokes. So we went from sad to happy to goofing off. I mean, I guess she has to. This is her life. This is what she's dealing with. This is what's on her plate. Now let's tell her and the Podunk listeners what's going on now. We're talking about the Sidebar. When is that again?
I think it's
What?
July 21st at 5 p.m.
I pity the fool that says 5. Do it again, fool. I dare you.
5 p.m.
I'll smack you. Turn this off so you
Take
can
my belt off.
call the police on me. Say it again, I dare you.
5 p.m.
God dang. Now we got some kind of a donation. How can you give some donations?
Well,
Donations.
if you'd like to donate to Callies Cause
Yo.
or know any friends
Hammer
who
time.
would like to donate to Callies Cause, you can go to tinyurl.com
Thought you was looking at my pants.
/CRGZSBH.
She said tiny. I thought she was making fun of me again. Anyway, let's do that one more time. How do we do this donation?
It's tinyurl.com /CRGZSBH.
All right, man. And you can type in.
Oh, and the reason we made it a tiny
Tiny,
URL is
tiny,
because the
tiny.
real URL is
That's
like
huge.
huge, and I would not sit here and read that whole thing to you.
I appreciate the huge thing, but we're going tiny. Anyway, what you got to do is go to Google, type in Callies Cause, type in podunkradio.com, type in the Slieone Show. You will find something on Callies Cause. You'll find a link or something to do a donation. You can come over to the Justin Slieone Facebook page, Punk Rock Promotion. Swing over, like us, poke us, messages, do whatever you want. Bands, you want to send your music, you send that to sly11@aol.com. I'll air the freaking crap dog poo out of you. I'll let her get all fried, white, and crispy in the lawn before I stop airing it. Yeah, son of a bitch. All right, Crazy Mary. Well, anyway, we're going to go to the Sidebar. We're on our way. This is airing now, and it's airing next Friday. And then on Saturday, we're at the Sidebar, man.
Hate you. I hate
you. We love you. Podunk Radio listeners. I hate you. All right.
fun of me.
Anyway, we saved the best for last. Callies Calls. This is one of the bands from the Callies Calls. Bill, man, this is happening at the Sidebar, Baltimore, Maryland. We got Trashkanistan. The name of the songs we're going to play are Good Luck and We Roll Sloppy. These guys are some funny, joking, knee-slapping fellas, I must tell you. And you want to say, why are they so knee-slapping, Justin? Well, they are pop-punk, indie-punk. And when you look at their band members, this is where the funniness comes in, dude. Funniness, man. Trash Pat, Hillbilly Dave, Corey Cocksmack, and Old Handjob. That makes up the Trashkanistan boys. They're from Street, Maryland. Their influences are cigarettes, cheeseburgers, Waffle Houses, and breaking strings. Yes, this is Trashkanistan. The name of the song is Good Luck and We Roll Sloppy. Let's turn it up on the Slieone Show. We salute Callies Calls. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Helly. And Callies Calls. Chris Griffith. Ricky MacArthur, all the people at the Sidebar. This is the Slieone Show. Turn up Trashkanistan right now.
Where did all this energy come from, and how can I dispose of it in a responsible way that won't hurt anyone? Is it the operator or the cigarettes or the fact that I haven't talked to you yet, or the idea that I saw in that parking lot? 4 years, so you can tell. And at 94 with 2 small doors and a big V8 in the pedal to the floor, how far can we get away from this town? Well, I don't resent and I don't complain, but somehow bass just isn't the same as it was 2 or 3 or 6 years ago. Some days I can't tell how quick this place just gone fucking straight to hell. You look back 3 or 4 years, so you can tell. Something's dead and something's dying. I don't see the use in trying to resurrect what's already been put to sleep. This town is dead, hell I am dying. I don't see the use in trying to sit around and pick all the pieces up. Guess I'll just pass the buck. Try not to catch shadows on your back lawn. Sneak through the back door and I'll shake off the fog. Slip through your door and I'll slip off my shoes. Breathe a sigh of relief once I'm in bed with you. And we watch the stars through the window in your bed. My hand finds its place on the back of your head. Fight against sleeping, talk all through the night. Leave through the window by the morning light. Leave through the window by the morning light. Think of you sometimes when I drive down Sparks Road. Haven't slept right for months, at least what I'm told. Working on the habits I told you I kick. Some are harder than others, they surely do. Remember those nights that we spent in my car, telling ghost stories and playing guitar. Laying across the sea, your head in my lap. Kiss me on the mouth and I'll kiss you right back. Kiss me on the mouth and I'll kiss you right back. And all of those letters I told you to burn. And all of those nights that I swear to God I earned. And now you're just running off Alaska bound. And some things that are lost just should never be found.
Another episode of the Slieone Radio Podcast. I'd like to thank the wife for sticking around, having some fun. I'd like to thank Heather, Callies' mother. Had to relive some moments of her past, and we got to have some laughs, and I got to know her, and I wish them luck. Anytime you guys want to talk, you have my phone number. You can text me. We live in the same area. Maybe go out and have some coffee. Shoot the crap. You know what I'm saying? Wish you luck. All my thoughts and prayers are to you guys. Callies calls. Make sure you go over and check out the donation guides and see if you can help in any way you can. Spread the word, pay it forward. Callies cause is a good cause. Let's help this young lady reach all the potential she could possibly be. Okay, and we're going to get out of here. We're going to head to the Sidebar. This show will air on the 13th. And when does the Sidebar show happen again?
On the 21st.
Okay, so this episode of the Slieone Show is going to air on the 13th. That's right now. And then next week, the 20th. And then the very next day, we're going to be down at the Sidebar watching all these wonderful bands, supporting Callies' cause, meeting Heather, and what was the husband's name? I forget. Some with a J. Jim, Jerry, Joan, Eric. That's his name. His name is Eric. I was way off. Ha ha ha. Bet you guys are all laughing. What a jerk off. He thought it was a J. Sorry, Eric. Awesome, dude. This is Slieone Show. We're out of here. Thanks, Heather. Ricky McArthur, the Sidebar crew. This is my friends, the Bloody Muffs from New York City. I believe I just seen Brian, and then he say, hey, man, I just puked in Times Square, man. Well, awesome, dude. Check out the Bloody Muffs, man. Really, really kick-ass band. If you haven't ever heard of them, you better, man. Gotta go check them out right now. The Bloody Muffs.